Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Cheyenne and I bring you new tutorials every week that you can do in studio or at home on and off the pole. Today I'm going to be bringing you 3 tricks that you can do with a partner. So this is Lexi. She will be my doubles partner today. And we're going to take you through these 3 tricks. So we're going to start off with a beginner-friendly trick, and then we're going to move into a couple tricks that are a little bit harder, but you can still try. So the first one we're going to be doing will be a V-sit onto our partner. Now, again, beginner-friendly, but let's take you through it. So to start off with, your partner, so we call each other a base and a flyer. The flyer is the person who does the work on top, and the base is the one that does the work down the bottom. Both are equally as important because the base stabilizes the whole trick and the flyer has to do all the rest of the fancy little pieces. So to get into this trick, I'm going to get Lexi. You're going to place your hands at your chest. Now, you don't want to have these hands too high because when your partner comes to sit on top of you and they need to open up to the V, their hands need to be able to slide down. And if your hands are in the way, your V won't look as big and dramatic. It will be kind of offside. So hands at chest. From there, Lexi is going to bring her legs in around the pole. The pole sits right up in between your thighs, close to your cookie. Now, when you're in this position, when you're starting out, keep your feet flat to begin with. Once you're more confident, you can come up onto the toes, but the flat feet to begin with is going to add extra stability. The other thing to be mindful of is that you need to squeeze your knees together nice and tight, and that's going to help hold you in place. Now, the flyer, so myself, is going to come over the top. I'm going to place my hands above Lexi, so above your partner. I'm going to wrap my legs around. It's super important that you really control your weight by creating tension, by pulling the pole down into the ground. So elbows down, create that tension on the pole. Otherwise, you're just going to flop on top of your partner. So from here, pulling the pole down into the ground, I'm going to lean forward with my chest. The legs will come around and I'm going to sit my bum onto Lexi's legs. Sorry, she's holding this for a really long time, so let me come up. So you want to place your knees this section, not all the way, place your bum, not knees. Place your bum on this section of their legs, because if they are on the knees, when you go to tip back, you might fall off. So from here, good job, Lexi. She's like, help me. So from here, chest forward, wrap. Then from here, sit. I'm going to lower my hands down low. I'm not sitting all the way on Lexi. I'm still holding on using my own arms. From there, I'm going to crunch through the belly, lower my top arm to add stability. As I lean back and crunch through the belly, I'm going to bring my knees in as much as they can. You will then extend and push the chest forward. To come out, bring the legs down, hand back on, feet down, and slide them back and out. Your partner will do the same. Now, a couple tips for this. You want to make sure that when you go into your V, crunch through the belly first and bring the knees in as much as they can before extending into your V. This will help make your V look really big and you'll look super flexible. If you opt to just bring the legs up straight, they're going to be more on this side of your partner as opposed to your side. Once you've bent the knees in and extended, you can then push through the spine so you're not as curved, just bringing that chest forward when you're in position. So we'll do it one more time. So Lexi comes in, hands above, I bring my chest forward, I wrap, and I sit. From here, lowering my arm, crunching through the belly, knees in as much as they can go, then extend and arch your back, so chest forward. From there, legs down, hand back up, slide back, and you're both gonna come out of it. So that is our first doubles trick. The next one I'm going to teach you is a fan kick over. Now, this will be kind of intermediate-ish, low level, intermediate to high level. If you are a beginner and you have your fan kick, amazing. Definitely give it a go, but just be careful. So what we're going to do is the base. So Lexi is going to come with their back up against the pole. Knees and feet are slightly turned out and really engage those legs. This is going to help create stability through the legs. If you have your feet forward, especially if you have heels or boots on, your ankles might start to turn because you're going to be coming down all the way forward. So from here, to go forward, just bringing Lexi to the side so that you can see. So face that way, bum on the pole. She's doing great. Okay, so from here, knees and feet are slightly turned out, and as Lexi leans forward, she has one hand on the pole, and then as they lean forward, they're going to place the hand in between the pole, okay? So this position here is your stable position. When we go to do the trick, as we fan, you can come up now. So when we go to do the trick, Lexi is going to come off to this diagonal. Hand is on the pole, so that backhand that you just saw. You come off to the diagonal and then hand through, sweep around, and then you're going to change your hands to come up and step out of it. As the base comes down and up, the flyer will do the fan kick over the top. But let me show you the hands again for the base work, because we want you to be nice and stable. So as you come off to the diagonal, that same arm, so Lexi has her left arm on the pole, comes down. As she goes through the center, she grabs through the center with her right arm. And then as they come up to that right side, left hand goes in between the legs, and then right hand comes off and grabs onto the pole on the side. So the hand movement is 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is grabbing the pole each time. Now to come out of it, for the base needs to step out of the way. So they're going to do a turn. So Lexi will step and turn. That right hand stayed on the pole, the left hand grabs on after. So we'll show you again. So down, and then as they come up, step and grab, okay? So again, super important that you step out of the way, because as we do the fan kick over the top, our feet are going to land where their outside leg is. So to do this together, what I'm going to do, for my particular fan kick for this, you need to have hands a little bit higher, and you need to pull yourself up a little bit to make sure that you're going above your partner. The other thing is you want to really focus on creating a big V. When you start off, you're going to start off with obviously that inside leg coming up and over, but as I go into that V, I'm slowing that down and I'm controlling my drop, okay? So it's going to be a lot of upper body strength and core strength needed to hold this move. You've got to hold it a little bit longer than what you would do if you're just doing a normal fan kick, because you need to make sure your partner is out of the way, otherwise you'll step on top of them. They may fall, you're going everywhere, so you've got to do your fan kick nice and slow. This is why I do say it's, slightly low level or high level, intermediate and above. That's just because it does require quite a bit of strength to hold this position. You can do it quick, but remember, you're not just working with yourself, you're working with a partner, and they need to feel secure and stable to come out of that move. So I'll take you through what I will be doing. So I'm starting behind. I'm using a buddy grip for this one. You can also reach up high and use top hand high. So in this position, that is up to you. For my personal preference, I prefer my arms in this position. That's because I give myself a little pull-up. But do what feels right for you with a hand on the pole or outside hand on top. So what I'm going to do, I'm starting with, I am on the right side of the pole. I am right-handed. I'm going to start with my inside leg, which is my left leg slightly back in a split position to prep me for the fan kick to come up and over. Now I'm going to watch my base. I'm going to watch Lexi, outside hand on top. As I come over, I'm pulling down and I'm really focusing on going above my partner. So I come up, V, down, and land. And you'll notice that we're doing it quite controlled. So again, let's do that again. As they go down, we're going to do it together now. Not yet. Like, I'm ready. So as Lexi goes down or your partner goes down, that's when you would start your fan kick, okay? So we're going to do it normal speed. So as Lexi goes down, I come up, V, step, control the down, and step out of it, okay? So your V can be a little bit quicker, but as the flyer, it's your job to make sure you're watching your landing because the base needs to do their thing. So we're just watching where the feet are landing and that bit will be a little bit slower. So that one there is your fan kick with the doubles fan kick with a step out of it. So the last trick that we are going to be doing, this one I would say is definitely a higher level. If you are wanting to practice this without your shoes on, I do recommend landing on your feet. This is done into a kip. When you do come over your shoes, if you are the flyer, your shoes take the load. But if you are practicing without shoes, because it can be a little bit scary adding that extra height, then I do recommend landing on your feet, not onto your knees and feet. So land flat feet in this position as opposed to in that kip position. So the first thing is you probably want the shorter person to be the base. Lexi, we're probably in heels, not too much different, so it's not too bad. We're same. But if you are working with a partner that is taller, you probably want the taller person to be the flyer for this one, just because you have to flip over them and it's hard to do if you're shorter and the other person taller and you're trying to go back and it's a disaster and it's so much harder. So shorter person should be the flyer for this and taller person is the flyer, shorter person is the base. Now, for this trick, what you're going to do, so the base, so Lexi is the base, she's going to be standing up against the pole. And again, knees and feet slightly turned out to add stability. You can also add a micro bend to add strength through the legs. What's going to happen is Lexi is going to lean over. What I do from there is I lean and arch back over her. What will then happen is we interlock our arms. So as Lexi is bent over, we're going to wrap our arms in. I will also be holding over onto that pole, so holding onto the pole, and then I'm going to flip over Lexi. So it sounds a little bit scary, but once you get it, it is quite fun, I promise. So we're going to show you what the arms do first. The arms, this is going to help create a lock to help get you up and over, and you also want to use the pole. So we're going to show you in a few different angles so you can see the whole trick. So Lexi's going to come down. Now she's holding the pole to begin with to come down. Top hand is just above her bum, and then her other arm goes through the legs. Now I'm going to be leaning back this side, which means that the hand that is on the pole, that is the one that I'm going to grab onto. So you want to start on that opposite side. So what's going to happen from here, as the flyer, you're going to wrap your arm around and you're going to back arch over all the way as far as you can. Now from here, extend your arm that is free, and you're going to wrap it around your partner, creating a lock, putting pressure. So the base will pull down as you pull up, okay? That creates a nice tight lock. From here, you're going to tuck in, extend your legs, turn your head to the side to watch where you're going, and then we drop to knees, okay? So again, it's a little bit scary, but watch where you're going. It makes it less scary, but still scary. Sorry, I'm giving you the warning, it's still scary. So when you go over, I always look down to the ground because it makes you feel a little bit safer knowing it's right there. You can do your legs in different ways as well. You can just go to a knee tuck. If you don't have the strength through your hip flexor, quads and hamstrings to come up straight, you can also do this into a split where you're splitting over back down to that kip. So I'll show you each version as we change the angles. So we're going to go from the front now. So Lexi will face this way. And then I'm going to go into the back bend, over, and then we wrap arms, we squeeze. Then from here, I'm doing a knee tuck, look down to the ground, drop. And then you both release your arms. So the previous one was a pike down to knees. This one here was the knee tuck. For me personally, I do find the pike a little bit easier than the knee tuck, but it's going to depend on where your strength and flexibility is at. So we'll show you one more angle. What have we not done? Yeah, this side, yeah. Like this side. We'll show you one more angle and we will do the kind of like a split. It's more like a little cartwheel. One is just open and the other one's not. But I'll show this a different angle as well because you might get confused. Okay, so from here, again, I'm leaning back. I keep my legs apart because their legs are in the way. So over, reach, wrap, squeeze. Now from here, to do your split, one, and then split, close, drop and release, okay? So you come up in a pike, you can then add a split, then pike to come back down, okay? It's kind of like a triangle split, just again, it's going to depend on where your flexibility is at. That will require quite a bit of active flex if you're wanting a flat split. But that one there is our flip over down to knees. So we'll show you one more time. I'm just going to do the pike version and I'm going to do it as quick as I usually would, as opposed to slowing it down for this tutorial. So a step, turn, arch back, wrap, squeeze, pike, drop. So again, once you get the hang of it, you're going to be able to move a little bit quicker. As you would have noticed, as I'm going over, I'm really holding onto that pole to assist, and we're squeezing each other's arms to help come up and over down into that drop. So those are your 3 doubles tricks for this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and thank you, Lexi. Yay, thanks, Lexi.